got a big something here, folks. I guess it's gonna be a big white bass. Because if it's a crappie, we got a good one. See what we got right here. Kind of feels a little bit like a crappie or a white bass. It's right over my crappie hole though, but I think it's gonna be a white bass. No, yeah, white bass. That's all right. We'll take him. Yeah, maybe that's why we ain't got no crappie out there, my friends, is we got white bass. I've lost a bunch of these. Boy, he's barely hooked right there. Smacked the fire out of it, hit that little white curly tail. White bass getting back in the creeks a little bit there, my friends. Them big yellow eyeballs. Let's put him on a stringer. Woodman of the World Lodge. Thank you, Woodman of the World, 1981, for all you did. Well, we got kind of a light breeze today. Old Glory's kind of waving pretty good. We're gonna go down here and see if we can't catch a crappie or two. We got a beautiful day here today. Clear blue skies, light breeze, going up to near 60 degrees right here. Kind of like a little springtime day, really. See what these water conditions look like today. Pretty clear looking. Water's up a little bit. Gotta check your tracks here. Looks good. I don't see any fresh tracks out here. I don't think anybody's been out here today. Well, I don't know. That's kind of fresh looking there. Somebody's been out here probably yesterday. Could have been today. But we ain't got nobody out here today except Mr. Great Blue Heron. He's always out here. He doesn't like it when I interrupt his little fishing spot. Sorry about that, my buddy. That's just the way it goes. Saw that float stand up, and we got one, little crappie. So we know there's some out there. Ain't very big, pretty deep there. Not that far out. He must have been hanging right on bottom. At least we know we got a couple of them out there. Pretty little white crappie. He's going to grow up. Maybe next year, year after next, he'll be ready to harvest right there. Wet water's chilly today. There he goes. Yeah, it is a crappie, ain't it? No, it's a white bass. What about that big old white bass? He was in there pretty close, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You keep him?
No.
You mind if I keep him?
No, you can.
Yeah, I'll put him on a stringer. I'll eat him. Yeah, just throw him up there on the bank or whatever. Don't get yourself hooked though. What'd you catch him on, a beetle spin?
Yeah, it's a. But I always catch the first fish in the boat or whatever.
Yeah.
Then he's always, oh, you got another one of them?
And we got one here. I don't know what we got. Maybe a white bass. I feel like a crappie. Oh, skipjack. Big old skipjack. I had a feeling there might be some skipjack out here. Look at that. Dang, boy. Hadn't seen any skipjack in here for a while. First one we've seen for a while. All right, Mr. Skipjack. Let me get you turned loose right here. Oh, there we go. Turn loose. There you go, little buddy. And we got something here. Probably a skipjack. Probably, yeah, it's going to be a skipjack. Darn, another one. Feels like a pretty good one. He smacked it hard. Maybe we get lucky and it's a white bass, but I don't think. I think it's going to be a skipjack. So we got fish back in here today. Quite a variety. Yeah, white bass, good. That's going to be number 2 white bass on the stringer. The neighbor down there caught one, and I caught one, so that's gonna give me 2 white bass. Got him on that little orange curly tail grub with a black head, fishing about 3 or 4 feet under that float. So we got the white bass running back in here today, folks. It's a good sign, real good sign. We're gonna put him up here and get us another one. See if we can't have us a little white bass dinner tonight. We got some fish out here. I guess these are white bass. I've had 2 feel like decent white bass on right here at the bank. Then they've got off on me. I guess I'm not setting the hook hard enough. You know, on a crappie, you really don't have to really set that hook very hard at all. So I'm used to just kind of rearing back on it a little bit for a crappie bite. But them white bass, they got a pretty tough mouth. And I'm pretty sure that's what's hitting right here close to the bank are these white bass. There was one right there. Maybe a little yellow bass. Well, we got one there, skipjack, darn it. Dang it. Hoping that might be another white bass, but skipjack. It's all right, though. We'll take it. We got a lot of fish in here today. A lot of activity. The wind's blowing back into this cove today. And it's got this cove stacked up with bait fish, skipjack, white bass. I guess a bunch of shad out there. Got a little kind of an orange colored jig on here. Little black head. Not too happy with that movement on that little tail in the water. Looks good out of the water, but in the water, not really getting that much movement on it. So we're gonna turn this little skipjack loose here. See you, little buddy. Uh-oh. There he goes. Don't seem to be any crappie out here, but the white bass are out here a little bit today, which is good. It's the first time I've seen them out here for a while, so we're just easing it back really slow, hoping we might get a crappie, but we'll take another white bass. Seems the white bass and the crappie kind of like that same presentation pretty good. Just easing it back nice and slow. Well, when they're hitting it hard. You really can't tell the difference when a white bass hits versus a crappie. Them crappie can be real subtle. Barely even tell you got a bite with them sometimes. But the white bass, they tend to hit that thing running. Smack it pretty hard, you feel it. We're gonna try to get one more here before dark. Should be able to. There's a lot of activity out here. We got the wind blowing back into this cove today. So it's got the bait fish stacked up pretty good in here. I guess the white bass have followed suit and got back in here a little bit. It's supposed to be really nice all week. Temperatures up in the upper 50s, approaching the low 60s. But right now we got about an hour and a half of light left. Just going to ease it back across my little crappie spot, which don't seem to be producing right now. There's one right there. Boy, that's going to be a big crappie, I hope. If that is a crappie, we have got a good one right there. That feels like a crappie. I don't know though. It might be a white bass. Yeah, that's going to have to be a white bass. It's just too. I think it's just. I don't know. We're going to find out here in a second though. White bass, crappie. I think it's a crappie though. It's really feeling like a crappie all of a sudden. Yeah, no. White bass. Another one of them big old white bass in there. That's 4 big white bass on the stringer things. We'll take them. Oh yeah, look at that. Big old white bass. Uh-oh, about to lose this big old white bass if I ain't careful. Getting cleaned up a little bit right there. Yeah, they're liking this little white curly tail grub today, folks. Just a little young curly tail grub with about a 1/32 ounce jig head on it. Let's get him on stringer here. Yeah, give us 3 decent white bass right here. About an hour before dark. See if we can get another. Here, folks, what we got right here? If that is a crappie, we got a good one. I hope he didn't come off right there. I think he's still on there. Yeah, that's not a crappie. I don't think it's going to be a white bass, I believe. Oh, now big skipjack. Big old monster skipjack right here. Yeah, it's good. We'll take him. We'll take him. That's about 4 skipjack we got today. If we were doing a little catfishing, boy, we'd be in good shape right now, wouldn't we? Yes, we would. But guess what? We ain't doing no catfishing right now. We got crappie on our mind. Who would want to catch a big old stanky catfish when you can catch some crappie? I know, I'm just kidding. I'm just a kidding. Here you go, Mr. Skipjack. There he goes. Might have got our first crappie right here. Might have got our first one. Let's hope that's a crappie. Oh, nah. No, oh well. Skipjack time in the city. That's alright though. We'll take him right here at dark. That's about 5 skipjack we got today. Come on, skipjack. Let's get up here and get you turned loose. Liking that little white curly tail grub. Ain't no doubt about it. There we go. Get him turned loose. Oh, come on now. Hey. This is not what you're supposed to be doing here. Alright, again. You want to be free, don't you? So go back out and be free. There you go. There you go. Okay, let's try this again here. We're trying to give you some freedom here, my friend, and beaching yourself is not the way to do it. You want to go back out in the deep. So let's try it one more time here. And back to the deep. Here we go. All right. My friend, we're going to have to just fling you out there. There he goes.